Right, so I'm doing something very different today. So we're putting in some water mains. So first off, we need to make sure that there's no cables and no other water mains that we can snag on the way through. Turn on this massive generator, and if we follow that hose, we can see what it's all leading up to. Now, I'll show you how to use this very special little sniper scope. So, let's have a look, see what's going on. So, this is the contraption that we're using. It's called a mole. And what the mole does is it digs underground, look, a little mole would, and then it pops up out the other side so that you haven't got to dig massive, large trenches. Now, this thing here, we borrowed it actually from a girl off of TikTok called, I think her name's Astrid Wet. So we'll have a little look through Astrid's toy, the mole. So this is how it works. So obviously the mole digs its way through from one tunnel to the other. Then this thing, this little bung, clips onto it, and then you pull it back through, and there you go, you got your MDPE run through brand new. So if you connect it on and then you pull it up back through, it just pulls all the way back through. It cores I think it was a 40 something mil hole, so 25 mil MDPE goes straight through it, absolutely lovely. And there you go, just pulls it through. So let's set up the next run and you can see how it works. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to measure the distance. So if we lay the mole out and the hose, I'm calling it a hose, so I don't know if that's the correct term, all the way through. Now you can set a little marker, so they've got a bit of MDPE that they put around it, so they can set as a marker so that they know that they've gone far enough. Now, if obviously it goes through, carries on through, and it hasn't popped out the other side, then you know something's gone wrong. So first things first, we need to get the mole in, get it in slightly so that it stabilises, then put the scope along. Now you've got to measure that up and line that up with the pole the other side. Now the markings on the pole, that's what they've put on, so that's different gradients. So if you want to go slightly downhill, slightly uphill, depending on whether or not you're on an incline. So send that through. Now that it's all lined up, and it's as easy as that basically, and you can actually feel it on the ground. You can feel how far along it is because it's vibrating. So that's absolutely perfectly where they wanted it. As you can see, it comes in on the edge of that side of that little trench. So they connect that up and then they just literally pull that back through. So it's been connected up. It's super easy. It just like clicks on and then they literally pull it up the other side. So he's going to be feeding the MDPE through, and there we go. So this is the third trench, and again doing the exact same thing. So this one's a lot tighter, so you can actually put the mole in reverse. So what they've done is they've gone all the way through, now they're going all the way back. Now they're just going to thread that through. So they're just pushing that through. There's nothing on the other side. They're literally just threading that through. Then you take off, this is actually called a carrot, the bung. So what that does is that spins in, and that is what is pulling, and that is what you send it. So it just makes it nice and easy. Now you need to put some cleaner through the pipes. So obviously, because it's going to be drinking water, you want to make sure that there's no contaminants in there. And so it's like a mixture of chemicals that will keep it nice and clean. Now, he's connected that up to the meter, or the meter box at least. And he's just turned it on, and then the other end, they're just putting that in a drain and flushing that through. So they keep flushing it through periodically when they need to. Now, they put the shingle in. Now, the shingle, as I understood it, was to stop the pipe getting crushed or something like that. Well, no, it's actually just so that if you're ever digging it up, you hit shingle, you know there's going to be something under there. There's going to be either a cable or a water mains, whatever. So there you go. So you just need to tamp down the soil, and there you go, nice and neat. Now on the other holes, obviously they've cut out neatly the patch of grass and then put that back down and tamp that down, and it's minimal damage because it's just working its way underground. Now obviously you need to sleeve the pipework going through the wall, and we're going to be using some eco clips today. And eco clips are brilliant because it stands off the wall slightly, so if the customer wants it lagged, they can. Make sure there's a check valve and a drain off, sign it off, and job done.